Hello everyone, here we have our Massey Ferguson 38. She's a 1995 machine. We've owned her now for the last 13 years. Always done a very good job for us. Always particularly looked after. It comes with the 20-foot header here. Had a new wobble box last year. All new joints on the end. It has also had a new knife on it last year, and we uprated it with new higher keeps, so we could do the nut and bolt conversion far better. We also renewed all the fingers all at the same time. A lot of the plastic bushes were also done last year. Has also, at the start of this season, a replacement hydraulic motor because the last one was leaking, so that's all been sorted as well. Particularly nice header, very capable of picking up late crops without the requirement for fingers. New PTO guard on there as well. Everything works as it should. The chopper behind there has had two new dog clutch plates in there as well this time round. We always airline the machines down at the end of the season, give it a good steam clean, and then any moisture that's possibly got into the bearings we then grease to push any moisture out. All chains oiled and so forth. So particularly tidy. Nylon bushes, both sides been done, all the rubbers on all the shaker shoe assembly at that point. Rear fronts also done at the front of the grain pan. Had a new drive belt, main drive belt the other year. Also had new nylon runners underneath the elevator chains. The old wooden ones weren't up to much cop, in my opinion. All the header reverse mechanism is all intact and works fine. Had new wheels on it when we had it, like I say, about 13 years ago, and it also had new rims on it at the time because the rear and wheel nuts were cracked, so we had new rims, new tyres at the time. I think that one on there was also a new one. A new header unloader belt as well the other year. A lot of the nylon bushes on the chains have also been recently done. UJs on this were done about 3 years ago, but they're luckily all still okay. All the fanning mill blades have also been replaced with new star holders as well. That broke on us a few years ago, bit of fatigue on the holes, so that's all been done as well. Got new bearings in here as well, both sides, done those last year. Got the Valmet 612 engine in this particular machine. New fuel filters, new oil filter, new oil this time. It's also had the very expensive air filter on that done this time. Air conditioning works on it spot on, both alternators work spot on. All straw walkers, all okay, as they should be. Put this back down before I forget it. After we've washed the combines, we also coat them with a anti-rust coating. It does a very good job during storage. It's got reversing camera, and it has also got another camera in the cab which we use to observe what's in the grain tank, which is far more reliable than the sensors Massey supplied on these. They weren't up to much cop. Interior on this is particularly clean. I think it's even still got the original plastic coating up here. The old Datatronic screen in this one. Like I say, there's a reversing camera. As you can see, just see at the back there, and you can simply switch from that there to the one in the grain tank, so you can see it coming out of the bubble auger. Absolutely fantastic. It's not showing the hours on this machine, but anybody that knows the old Dania Vision, they weren't particularly reliable. Although, if this ever does pack up, you can at least carry on combining. You'll notice that it hasn't got the original steering wheel. It has got the steering wheel for it, but that is the steering motor there, and there's also the harness there. It goes down to the steering angle sensor, because I have used RTK on this. The RTK, funnily enough, is currently on the roof of the FW60 over there. Can be supplied with this machine if you should want it, for the cost of what it will cost me to replace. But it is a very good system, and obviously it will be fitted for you. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know. I'll fire her up. She's well and truly on the button. Not sure how much of this you can see on the screen. It looks as though it's flickering a little bit via the recording camera I've got. But excellent oil pressure. Engine temperature never really gets above 85, 90. Hydraulic temperature never gets hot at all. See the engine revs all on there as well. But it's also got the header height on this one, but it's all via the pressure gauge. But the automatic header height control does work via the pressure gauge, so that's another thing that does work very well. I'll just slowly run it up for you now. Also had the linear actuator on this refurbed. It's beeping at me because the straw chopper is currently disengaged. Take it back off of there. It runs up lovely and smooth and nice and quiet. All fully serviced this time. Straw chopper on this is normally engaged by this lever, which engages the dog clutch, but we put most of our straw out in the bales, so I disconnect and take the belt off, so at least it's not driving when I don't need it. It seems very pointless. And dog clutches on these combines did have a habit of jumping and engaging themselves at high revs and smashing themselves to pieces, so we negated that risk by doing that. Everything all engages as it should. Got all the high, low speeds, reel and everything else all on one lever as per instructions there. We're up a little bit. Main screen. Tank. All the lights working there as well. Folds down like so. Two bolts on the top there for fitting the auto steer, just in case you're wondering. Loader fold out, power switch there. And then the engage is on the back. Said it was serviced all prior to 2023 season, just before harvest. We done about 6 hectares with it this time in the barley. A replacement combine propped up with, you see the header for it there. Combine's just around the corner, you can just see the unloader. So yeah, the right combine come along for us, so we brought that one. So a very much genuine reason for selling this one is simply because we've just upgraded. It used to be a bit easier when there was 2 of us working on the farm, but now it's just me. I can cover more acres in a day with a far bigger machine. It's a very genuine machine. A bit of water just coming out from where I washed it earlier on. Chopper blades in here, all complete. If you're doing a lot of chopping, you'd probably want to replace the blades now. Like I say, I only ever needed them from when I chopped a few beans. See, very tidy machine. Do somebody a very good turn. The wheels, you may notice, are set out pretty wide. We're all on one block here farming. We found it made it a faster, more stable machine. So it's currently got its left wheel on the right and the right wheel on the left. So we could dish them out the other way. Obviously that would need to be changed back unless somebody local wanted it and they could drive it back as it is. Any questions? I'll gladly answer. More than welcome to come over and have a look at it. Nothing to hide on this machine. Thank you very much.